Hello. So I found this week's video discussion to be very informative. The speaker's interpretation of conscious listening is very accurate, I feel like, because with the introduction of technology into our everyday lives, it has become increasingly difficult to pay attention, especially with all the distractions around us, when we could actually be paying attention. We have a tendency to look at our phones or our laptops or just something else. We just have a tendency to multitask, and I feel like his five just suggestions are exercises that I could implement in my daily life in order to improve my listening. So I actually agree with all five. The first one was the one where he mentioned that we could just sit in total silence for 3 minutes, and I feel like that does help to reset the mind. It's like meditation where you focus basically on nothing, and by doing so, you can just like focus on like what is actually that you can actually hear around you. And so like I feel like that's helpful. And then his second suggestion, where it is the mixer, where you like go in a very noisy place and you just like try to focus on different channels of sounds. I feel like that's very helpful. It helps you to practice to focus on one specific channel of sound. And then for his third suggestion, where it talks about just enjoying what you hear, I feel like that's also very helpful because by doing so, you get to appreciate the sounds that you normally do not notice, that are like part of the background noise in your life. As for four, I'm not completely too sure what those like different situations are, but I believe that there are times where you use active listening versus passive listening. And yeah, and then for five, I agree with the RASA acronym, where it's receive, appreciate, summarize, and ask. And one of the situations where I feel like I could have listened to this advice is when I was dating my ex-boyfriend. He has a tendency to ramble a lot, and so he would go off on a really long tangent about stuff that I honestly didn't really care much about. So I would go on my phone and just like browse social media while he's talking, or just read webtoons. And I feel like this video's advice definitely would have helped me in the fact that I could have done the RASA acronym and just asked him questions, summarized what he said, made him feel like he was being listened to, because he has told me that, like, oh, it doesn't feel like you're listening to me. And I told him straight up, like, um, I'm not really into what you're saying. Like, and yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching my video.